Eggsy, you fucking maggot. Hey, you're on a wet shit. Come in. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, why did you fucking come in, sir? You wanker! I love you, son! It's freezing. Why are we walking?
Yeah, we tested 60, 80, 90, I don't know, hundreds of actors for Eggsy. And, hundreds. And with Kick-Ass, hundreds. And both times I was saying, right, we're going to have to push the release date, the start date back because there's no one right for the role. And then Taron came in, unknown, and just knocked it. Within 30 seconds of both those guys coming in the room, I knew I'd found my Kick-Ass and I'd found my Eggsy.
Eggsy goes through a fairly crazy journey in the film, and not quite in the same way, but I've been through a fairly extraordinary time myself. I left drama school about 1.5 years ago. I got some sides through from my agent for an audition for a studio movie. I don't even think I had a title, it was just scenes between two characters called Harry and Eggsy. And Matthew Vaughn walked in, and you know, he's quite an intimidating chap on first meeting, so he sort of went, yeah, okay, let's go. And I just remember this agonisingly long pause, and I think it was sort of, I think it must have been about 20 seconds, which felt like a year. And he basically said, I think we'd like to get you back next week to read with Colin Firth. And I went, sorry, what? And he went, yes, Colin Firth is playing Harry.
Shut up.
And then it was within 5 minutes that I found out that Arthur was played by Michael Caine, and you know, my heart's going like this.
What happened with a lot of kids who read for the role, all I was thinking, when we get to the train sequence, the audience are going to be disappointed the train doesn't cut you in half. It's all what was going through my mind all the time. So when Taron read Eggsy, I was like, no, they're going to be worried. They're not going to want this kid being cut in half. And he read Eggsy, the street kid, well. And then when I said, right now we're going to do you playing a gentleman spy at the end, he knocked that out of the park, and it was effortless. And I tend to try and cast the role with someone who's pretty close to the role. I always cast people who I know are 90% themselves doing that role.
Taron's been amazing. I mean, he's been thrown in the deep end. He's kind of the young lead, and he's got to play street, and he's got to play posh, and he's got to straddle the divide between those two, and he's got to, he's got scenes with Samuel L. Jackson and Michael Caine and Colin Firth, and he's been absolutely brilliant.
I think it's a huge testament to Taron that he's neither a street kid nor tremendously posh, and so the fact that he's so utterly believable, I mean, he's an extraordinary actor.
He's worked really hard. He's had to train a lot because it's been a very physical thing, and he's been on set a lot. So I was saying to him earlier on, it's been a baptism of fire. It's the best kind of training you can have, because if you can cope with a film like this, you can do anything.
It's crazy, really, because at this point, anyone's watching this now. When I'm filming this interview, I'm an unknown actor. No one knows who I am, and I think it's got 4,000 releases in America alone. It's obscene, but yeah. So it's been a very transitional, kind of scary but wonderful period for me.
ロンドンの高級テーラー、その裏の顔は世界最強のスパイ。
I'm offering you the opportunity to become a Kingsman. What's his name?
JB.
As in James Bond?
No.
Jason Bourne?
Jack Bauer?
Oh!
常識をぶっ飛ばす超過激スパイアクション。キングスマン。